welcome to the Christmas series of Aaron and Sarit Live. And did you know that during the holidays, 1 out of every 2 Americans is completely stressed out?
That's 50%.
That is 50%. So what that means is that depending on how many people are going to be with us live, half of you are probably stressed out during the holidays. So if you happen to be with us live right now and you know that during the holiday season you tend to get stressed out, then go ahead and drop an S in the chat, because today we're going to be going over 5 ways to help you lower your stress levels during Christmas. And as you guys can see, we also have a very special guest with us today, Miss Callie in the house. And she has something she wants to share with you. Hello, everyone. I want to share with you one tip that helps me to stay stress-free, not just during the holidays, all year long. And it's called Be Me, Be Me, Be Me.
Be you?
Yeah, all I know is how to be me. So whatever you do, I hope that you be you.
There you have it, from Callie herself. Okay, so this video is going to be about 5 ways, 5 things, 5 strategies that you can utilize throughout the holiday season, though we are, I would say, halfway into it. Starts around Thanksgiving-ish and goes through New Year's. So Christmas is next week. Hanukkah has passed and the New Year is to come. So these are going to be tips from the mind of a health conscious person. And Sarit is really the master behind these 5 tips, right? And I'm here to entertain along with Callie. So number 1, from a health conscious perspective. What?
Yeah, so let's get right to it. So number 1 is mindful nutrition, because here's the deal. Drop a me in the chat if you have ever sabotaged your diet. Me. Drop a me in the chat if this is you.
Me.
I know that I used to sabotage my diet. And okay, I see me from you guys. So glad I'm not the only one. Now, there's an interesting thing that happens when you sabotage your diet. And what it is, it's a G word. It starts with a G. Does anybody know what that
Goblin.
is? Not quite.
Gremlin.
Close.
Genie.
Close. Probably the opposite.
Greyhound.
Close.
Grouch.
Grouch. Guilt. Facebook user, what's your real name? Whoever dropped guilt, you are correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
You feel guilty. Did you know that guilt is the lowest frequency that we carry as human beings? What?
How far is shame from guilt?
I don't know.
I think guilt and shame are like cousins. Let's talk about this for a second. Because why do you feel guilty? And when you feel guilty, what else does that lead to?
I won't say that guilt and shame is always associated.
But I know, but they're cousins. Cousins don't always hang out together.
Right, they are cousins.
But they're family.
Yeah, 1000%. So guilt is the lowest frequency that you carry as a person. So why do I say this? Because whenever you're feeling guilty,
a feeling of worry or unhappiness that you have because you have done something wrong, such as causing harm to another person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many things do we do that we think are wrong, but why do we think they're wrong? If you didn't hurt, I mean, this says harm another person, but you're a person, and it's possible for us to harm ourselves. But why do we feel wrong is a good question.
An expectation that we set, probably, or an expectation that someone has set on us.
What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Continue, ma'am.
Yeah. So when we do not stay true to our word with regards to our nutrition, then we carry the feeling of guilt. And whenever we feel guilt, if you felt guilt before, I mean, a bunch of you guys dropped me in the chat, then it stresses you out. When you are not following through with what you had planned to do towards yourself in order to elevate yourself, and instead you do the opposite, it makes you feel guilty, and that feeling leads to stress. It is what I call self-imposed stress. So as we speak about how can we remove stress factors as we head into the holiday season, let's make it a point to minimize any self-imposed stressors, because if there's one thing that we have full control over is what goes in our body and what choices we make when we open our mouths. That's just the reality of it. Okay, so with regards to mindful nutrition, this could look very different for a lot of different people. So depending on where you're at in your journey, mindful nutrition can be along the lines of, let's see, setting a certain, let's just go like popcorn, like
mindful nutrition.
Yeah, mindful nutrition. It could be like, for example, setting a certain amount of meals that you're going to have per day, instead of like kind of like going by your like how do you call it, tail wings?
By the seat of your pants.
By the seat of your pants. Yeah. So that's like way number one. Give me one.
Tail wings. Sorry, I wanted to write these down because if you're not writing them down, you should be writing them down. Did it just make a thumbs up? It did something. The screen did something. I thought that was only on Zoom. Machines are getting crazy these days. Okay. So what did you say?
Setting a certain amount of meals that you're going to have per day.
Okay. Got it. Number of meals that you're sticking to. I say intentionality. So being intentional with each time you're eating, what's the purpose of it? If it's mindless, if it's to kill time, if it's because you're bored, if it's just because other people are doing it and you don't want to feel like the awkward one that's not eating, because you don't want to say no to somebody, just get intimate. None of it's right or wrong. Just get intimate with your intention. Is it to truly like enjoy, and is the intention serving you or sabotaging you? Mm-hmm. Is the intention serving you or sabotaging you?
Yeah.
So that would be mine.
Another one could be a certain amount of vegetables per day. Another one could be a certain amount of proteins per day. Another one could be a certain amount of carbs or fats per day. Another one could be a certain limitation around maybe like sweets or treats. So the reality is that when it comes to creating mindfulness, there are plenty of ways to do that. And my intention for you when it comes to that is choose one and, like, no bullshit, stick to it. Better to choose one and stick to it no matter what versus to choose 10 and not stick to any of them at all, or maybe like not stick to 5, because your reputation is on the line. Okay. It's not about setting the highest target to feed your ego. It's about creating confidence, removing stress, and removing guilt along the way. Okay. So
another thing is to, like, be prepared for whatever is going to be there.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, this is a part of a 3-part series we're doing. Bang, bang, bang. We didn't warn anybody about it. We just literally decided last minute people could use this help during this time of the year. And so you can join us for the next 2 days. Also, tomorrow we're going to be going live at 1 p.m. EST. I'm going to drop the link for that video in the chat, so you guys can actually register for it. You can RSVP to it. And then we're going to be doing another one on Wednesday, I believe at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if you get our emails, you'll see the emails. There'll be reminders. Join us for this whole series. Share it with your friends or your family. If you share this with your family and they're actually on the same page with you, then they don't think you're weird when you're also doing these things, or you're coming prepared, or you're saying no dessert. So we're going to be doing a 3-part series. Today is about, gosh, I got them all mixed up. What was today?
Today it's 5 ways to reduce stress.
Reducing stress. Yes. Okay. So tomorrow is going to be on the how to resist tempting desserts during this time of the year. So
Ooh.
that's going to be a good one for tomorrow that you want to show up to. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay. So let's move on to number 2. So the second one is creating solitude. So drop a 1 in the chat if during this time of the year you feel more stressed out than the normal. Drop a 1 in the chat. And for anyone who drops a 1 in the chat, I would love to know from you guys, like, what are some of the things that are causing you to feel this way? And okay, I see you guys dropping those ones.
Thanks for your participation.
I was going to say the same thing. Thank you so much for your participation, by the way.
Otherwise, we're just talking to ourselves. I do that every day already.
So for those of you guys who dropped a 1, why is it that this time of the year you tend to be more stressed out than other times? And as you're dropping your answers, something that we know about this time of the year versus a lot of other times of the year is that there's just more congestion. You have less time and space for yourself. So you guys are starting to come down with some comments. Inconsistent work and kids schedule. Okay, so being off routine. Got it.
That's actually what we're going to be talking about on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Is how to stay on track when you're off your normal routine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Family comes in stressed. So I get stressed and fight, not comfort eating. That's not a
really
norm
busy.
For me.
It's really busy this time of year.
Okay. Money. Yes. The expenses are higher this time of year.
Yeah.
As a blended family, trying to get everyone together in the same place. Okay. Yes.
So while you guys are dropping these 2, something that, you can do every morning, we don't often think about, and can only take, 60 seconds if you just want it to take 60 seconds. Yes, this time of year is a little bit busier. Yes, there are a lot of different things going on, friends, holiday parties, family holiday parties. You got Christmas Eve at the in-laws, then Christmas here, and there's so much happening. And something that there's 2 things. One, each day when you wake up in the morning, if you can have, like, even if it means you wake up 2 minutes earlier, 2 minutes, not too much to ask, 2 minutes earlier, and you just sit with yourself and you get up before somebody else, or you have a plan, you get up before the rest of the family or whoever's in your household, or you have a plan to put yourself in a place where nobody else is, where it's quiet, even if it means you put in AirPods. Like every morning, Sarit listens to something super inspiring or motivational, and it's amazing. And it usually happens 10 feet away from my desk when I'm doing something where I'm trying to use my mind and really focus and think. So I put in AirPods and I listen to cozy, jazzy Christmas instrumental music. So even if you can do that and put yourself in a space and you can literally focus on your breathing, it is so amazing how much, and I have been totally guilty of, our breath is what keeps us alive. and we never think about it. We never focus on it. And so to just get into a moment of peace, no matter what is going on in the outer world, is to internally keep your mind at peace and think about what you're grateful for.
So good. Love that. So solitude, create some solitude for yourself. And for every person, depending on your schedule or your environment, like some of you, like from your comments, you have people coming over to your house. It could be, we're just going to go popcorn again. It could be taking 15 minutes a day just to sit in a quiet space with nobody, like just in your bedroom. So that's one.
I said that one already.
Okay. The other one could be take a bubble bath.
A bubble bath.
Bubble bath, especially for you guys who live in the really cold places. A warm bubble bath this time of year is going to feel so good.
You guys are really smart. What are the ideas that you have that can calm you, that can bring an internal peace regardless of external chaos? You could go for a walk by yourself. You could go for a drive by yourself.
You could listen to just music by yourself.
I always find writing down what I'm grateful for makes everything better, because there's always something to be grateful for.
We were just on the inner circle call, and one of the participants were talking about coloring.
Oh my gosh. Or puzzles. Some people do puzzles.
Yeah. Puzzles. For me, like sitting in that candle lit room with like light music and just reading a book is like, oh my God, amazing. Okay. So give yourself some solitude, because that will allow you to just decompress. Remember, we're all units of energy. And when you have high energy coming at you, you also need to have energy decompress out of you. Otherwise, like a pressure cooker or a teapot, as the pressure rises, if you don't release it, eventually it is going to... Callie just totally freaked out.
That's what happens actually when it is released. If it's not released,
it's going to burst.
Combust.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. You know how Zoom has those weird things that happen now where like balloons fly up and the little thing? It'd be cool if you did that. If there was an explosion in the back. Okie dokie.
Okay, next up, stay active. You may wonder why the heck stay active. Maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, just the thought of being active stresses me out. If this is you, then let me see you drop an A in the chat. The thought of staying active by itself stresses you out. So
and why? Don't just put an A and then a dash and then Y. Because this also could go with, well, this is going to be into number 4. So maybe I'll save it to the end of section 3 because it will transition nicely. But movement does so many things for us that actually creates a calmness. And simply just getting energy out is, you think like, oh, I'm tired, so I can't work out. But you also are tired because you don't work out. If you don't work out. I understand some of you probably do. That's not an issue. But you know, it like a lot of times we have pain because we don't work out, but we don't work out because we're in pain. And the same thing with fatigue. Sometimes the reason why people don't have energy is because their heart is not pumping enough blood through their body.
Yeah. And also, when we stay active, we release endorphins and dopamine. And those are what we call the happy hormones. That's why a lot of people get obsessed with social media and getting all these likes, because it gives you the dopamine effect, right? So the feeling of instant gratification that we feel, that makes us feel good, whether it's getting the likes on social media or like certain comments, that is dopamine. So when you stay active, and notice I did not say like go balls to the wall, go balls to the wall hard, or anything along those lines. All I said is stay active. When you are staying active consistently, that could be along the lines of, maybe it's just a 30-minute walk, or maybe it's one of the burn zone workouts. If you are doing or have done the burn zone workout, go ahead and drop a BZ in the chat, so that we can see you. So maybe it's doing one of the burn zone workouts with us, or maybe it's doing one of the underground training club workouts,
and you could involve your family too. I know this time of year it's tough. We have a lot of moms that watch our stuff, and so a lot of times it could be tough because your mind is on the kids or family, or whatever else you have going on, and so you could think you're limited in time. Bring other people along with you. Go invite your friends to a hike, or take the family outside to play in the backyard, just to do something active, so everybody's moving around together and you don't feel like you have to choose either or. It's like, oh, I have to do my workout, so I can't spend time with my family or doing this other thing. What would it look like if you could do them both at the same time?
Exactly. So stay active. Okay, that is point number 3, which...
so hold on, there's one more thing that I want to lead into point number 4. And also, if you guys are hanging out to the end, we're going to do some kind of giveaway. I don't know the logistics of it yet, or what we're going to have you do, or how we're going to be able to track anything, but want to do like a giveaway. We have something that we've created recently that's called the Badass Body Bundle. And we've taken all of our programs, and we've basically every, like, overcoming emotional eating, 7-day body shred, oh my gosh, help me, all the burn zones
of the burn zones,
the elevate running program,
the rocking body transformation program,
raw transformation program, all the videos, the worksheets,
PP 180.
Oh my gosh, yes. Peak Physique 180. There's more. There's a ton more stuff. All this stuff that we've created, we've taken all of the content and we've dropped it into a Google Drive folder, so you can literally have everything
for the rest of your
life. And it's something like, we added it up. It's something like an $11,000 value. We are selling it for $397 until
the end of the year.
Until the end of the year. There you go. Or until we hit 200. So this time of the year, it's really cool to be able to get deals and things like that. $397 still seems like a pretty big chunk of money, but if you were to buy each thing separately, they would be much more. I can drop the link here, but we are going to be giving one of those away somehow, some way. Maybe we're going to pick somebody who's here. Maybe we're going to do a challenge of some kind, and we can measure whatever that challenge is. But we will be letting you know how we're going to be giving it away. Sarit just had an idea. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to be sharing with you how we're going to give it away. So at some point on this 3-part series, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we're going to be giving away one of those Badass Body Bundles. I think it's called 2024 Ultimate Badass Body Bundle. Who has seen it? Put BB in the comments if you've seen it.
BB.
So I can drop the link if somebody wants to go get it, but we are going to be giving one away during this series because 'tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Okay, so the last reason why.
BB.
Okay. You guys seen it? You guys seen it? All right. So the last reason why being active is going to be super beneficial is because when you get all that energy out, you also sleep better. Anybody have a hard time sleeping, falling asleep, waking up in the middle of the night? This is a good transition, right?
Yeah.
Get your energy out. Like I can't work out because I'm tired. You're tired because you're not pumping enough blood through your body. I say you want real tired, work your ass out. And then when you about to go night-night, we just had a VIP day today. Somebody was here at our house And when she left, she's like, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I was like, yes, train harder.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little patch that goes on my vest that says, nobody cares, train harder. It's a little
Oh, yeah,
reminder.
I think I have that too.
Yeah. So, yes. So on to sleep, which is number 4, getting good quality sleep.
Sleep matters. And here's why sleep matters. So imagine we all have a phone. And would you rather have a phone that can charge up to 30% battery or 100% battery? So like, go ahead and drop it in the chat, either 30 or 100.
130.
So your body, while you're dropping these answers, I'm going to, dive deeper into this. Your body, just like the battery, is an energy unit. And your sleep allows you to charge yourself all the way up to as high as possible. Like, for example, we have these cool whoops right here. I wonder if maybe you have a link for that as well.
Whoop yourself.
To hook them up. And what the whoop does is it helps us to measure what is our level of rechargeability each and every single day, based on multiple factors like strain, which is like how hard we worked out and how long do we need to recover, based on whatever stress factors we have during the day, and based on other factors along these lines. So I say this because sleep allows you to recharge both your body and your mind. Now you might wonder, why will I want to charge my mind? It's really important. Have you ever imagine going to work being hungover? Drop a me if this was ever you. If you went to work hungover.
I went to work hungover.
I have too. And how did you feel?
You guys want to know a secret? I went to work hungover the night I met Sarit. Bad influence. I was a very different person at that time. Sarit was a very different person at that time, but it's the truth.
We didn't drink that much. You did not sleep much. So these factors all add up.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't sleep enough, your mind, your brain, as well as your body operates at a low degree. And just like your phone, if you were to go to the Apple store and get yourself an iPhone, you'll want it to be able to charge up to 100%.
I just went to the Whoop website too. So if you use this code, I think that you actually it says you get 1 month free when you use this link. Yeah. So if anybody doesn't have the Whoop and you want to look at it, it's so cool. It actually tells you like your strain for the day, like how much you've strained yourself for the day versus what your percentage of recovery is. So your phone, how much did your phone battery charge overnight? How much charge do you have today? Meaning how much usage do you get to have today? Right. So it's really cool. And it tells you a bunch of metrics that are really nerdy. So for anybody who cares about that, I grabbed the Whoop link.
Love that. Love that. Okay. And lastly, I think one of you guys mentioned this earlier, too little time to do things that you love. And
so much to do.
You've got all these things to do, like wrapping Christmas presents, like being in traffic for a longer period of time, and whatever other shenanigans that happened during the holidays. So if this is you, I want to give you a couple time management tips that are going to help you to expand your time so that you can create more time for what matters, which are the 4 things that we talked about earlier, whether it is staying active, whether it is being in solitude, whether it's prepping your meals so that you can nourish your body better, or maybe it's just catching up on some Z's. So, from a time management standpoint, you can follow the 80% rule. Now, what does the 80% rule means? So, maybe you're the best at doing everything in the house. Yes, you wrap Christmas presents the prettiest. Maybe you wash the dishes the best.
They are the shiniest and sparkliest when you do it.
Maybe you cook the best, whatever it may be. If there is someone else who is in your environment that can do that task or that thing that you're doing 80% as good as you, just delegate. Delegate.
Make your kids wrap their own presents. Say, listen, you better work for it. Santa said he ain't taking any freebies this year. Wrap your own. I'm going to be a great mom.
Fun fact, Boogie's birthday is on Christmas. So yesterday we went to the pet store.
I told her yesterday, when we have kids, you're never in charge of hiding shit.
So
I'm sitting on the couch. We get him this little Yoda. There's like this little Yoda thing, and then a reindeer, because Callie needs to have one on his birthday too. So I'm sitting on the couch. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was taking my braids out. Oh my gosh, my head feels so light and naked. Anyways, don't worry. They're making a comeback.
I want to do a survey.
They're making a comeback. They're making a
them.
comeback. You don't need to survey them. I don't care if it's 90% people don't like my braids.
I know, but I want to do it. I want to do it just for the sake of, I wonder what is your
Okay, if you haven't seen when I have braids.
Can we finish the story about Boogie though?
Oh yeah, so I'm sitting on the couch and I'm taking my braids out. One by one. I didn't go live this time, but I did take a time lapse so I can share it. You could watch it in 30 seconds, not 2 hours. Okay. So sitting on the couch, taking my braids out, and I hear this weird sound that I haven't heard before. And I'm like, that's interesting. I wait a second and I keep listening. I'm going to discover what it is. And it's like this crackling. And I'm like, damn it. I bet you that's one of the toys. I get up, I walk around the couch. Sure as shit, he got a little baby Yoda. I'm like, where did he get this from? So I take it from him. I'm like, no. And Sarit was like super adamant about, don't show them. Don't let them see them. Okay. And you put them within reaching distance. So I take it, I put it on the counter, but I didn't know where it came from. So I go back to the couch. I'm doing my braids. Go back to my braids. I hear another sound. I'm like, it's not. I'm like, is he playing with one of his other? Damn it. If Yoda was in reachable distance, the other one is in reachable distance. So I go around the couch. Sure as shit, he got the little reindeer in his mouth. I'm like, he pulled both the toys out. So anyway, Sarit's not in charge of hiding gifts or anything when there's kids around.
Yeah. So, and then we're going to head into something else. Are we doing a poll about your hair?
Oh, okay. So if you haven't seen my braids, I love you, and you're not allowed to vote because you haven't seen them. If you have seen my braids, we can take a poll, and I don't care what the results are unless the ratio is higher. Because ultimately, I'm going to do me anyways. What do you want him to put? You want to put an A?
Okay, so put an A in the chat if you like Erin's normal hair better than braids. And B, if you like Erin with her braids better than
you put the braids
hair.
on the B team. Okay. Put JV if you like Erin's normal hair.
I put B for braids and A for...
Look at what even is this? It's just boring.
A or B, guys. Which team are you on?
It does feel really good to just like do that. Oh yeah, you can't do that with braids.
Okay, while they're dropping this, we gotta figure it out. So by the way, guys, this idea kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, let's do a giveaway.
She literally
I wrote a
it.
note. I'm like, giveaway, question mark? And then,
oh, they all like my normal hair. Too bad, so sad.
guys, guess what? I like Erin's normal hair better.
Guess what? If you're like, I love pink hair, and I'm like, I don't, I would not expect,
Right.
I would
Do
not,
you.
hold on. I would not expect you to not do pink hair just because I don't like it.
Yeah.
So
This
the
is
moral
a great
of the
lesson.
story, the moral
this is
of
a great
the,
lesson.
yeah. The moral of the story is when you know you and you do you, that's ultimately what feels the best. And people can say whatever they want to say, and they will, especially if you know enough of them or enough of them know you. People will say things, and please, please stay in your own heart and do what the fuck you want to do, because that's what matters at the end of the day. One of the most important people in the world to me likes my normal hair better. I love my braids. I love them. So if she's not going to divorce me because I have braids, I mean, there's a line where I'd be like, okay, it's probably not worth it. Don't get any ideas, but you know what I mean? Like, do you, because that's ultimately, and it also always comes down to, for every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction, right? So for everything you do, there's something that responds somehow, or someone that responds somehow. So if you anticipate a certain reaction, whether it's from something or someone, the question then becomes, is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know? Just a little critical thinking 101 over here in ES Lane.
I love it. Okay, so there's 24 people live, and
Callie told me she likes
some people
braids.
are probably going to watch it back. I want to do we're going to do a giveaway, and we have not figured out the logistics. So if it sounds messy, get used to it.
We're giving some shit away.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay, we got to be able to like have accountability around that, track it, metrics. So what I'm thinking is the winner of this will be dictated or identified, will be chosen based on two things. You must do two things. Whoa. Thing number one is share this on your Facebook page and tell on your Facebook page, what did you like that you heard or that you learned in this video? I want to share with you why I'm asking you to do this, because we are on a mission to transform the lives of millions of people through the same movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits that have transformed ours. And we need your help and support. If you found value in this, the only way for us to help more people is for more people to know about what this is about, so that they can join the Facebook group and so that they can be a part of the community.
And like I said earlier, when your people in your world and in your life are on the same page as you, it actually makes your journey and their journey easier. So you're doing a favor to them and yourself by sharing it. So win-win, win-win, win-win-win.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the first of two action steps. Today, we went over 5 ways to help you lower your stress levels. So as you're watching this video, you're going to choose one. Over the next 24 hours, we will choose actually, it'll be less than 24 hours.
It'll be tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow we're going live at 1 p.m. So between now and 1 p.m. So whoever will be the winner of a bundle is going to be picked because, number one, you have shared this video on your Facebook and you shared what you liked that you heard it. in it. And 2, you have picked one of the 5 ways to help you release your stress, and you have showed us on the Facebook group. We need to see, what are you doing? How are you applying these teachings?
Creativity is encouraged.
Yes, we want to reward action. We want to reward participation. Okay, so put yourself out there, show us how are you playing the game and being contribution to other people in your life, and be the leader in their own life and bring them along with you, because ultimately that's the only way where you're truly going to get your environment in alignment. Who said braids?
Facebook user.
Okay, if you're a Facebook user, I'd love to know your guys' names so we can get intimate with one another. Okay, so as we're wrapping this up.
So we're going to announce it on tomorrow's, the winner from today on tomorrow's.
So on our live episode
series.
tomorrow, we will be going live at 1 p.m. Eastern.
RSVP to tomorrow's How to Stay on Track, the 19th. I'm dropping the link again. RSVP to tomorrow's live. Bang, bada boom, bada bing, bada bang, bang, bang.
And
let's see if we can get some balloons up in here. Groovy. I feel like Austin Powers.
And the only way for you to be a contender for the bundle is for us to have tracking on both of these action steps. So what if a couple
we're going to start with the post that we pick. Thoughtful, creative, energetic, whatever. We're going to pick the post, and then we're going to see if it was shared, and then bingo.
Boom. Bingo, boom.
That's fun. That's not very much to do for all of the stuff that's in that folder. And if you're considering getting it, it will be gone by the end of the year in a couple of weeks, a little less than a couple of weeks. And, or if 200 of them go first.
Yeah.
So
otherwise you can just purchase it at our store, $3.97. And actually
special dot,
it's
at special.aaronandSuri.com/badass.
/badass.
So cool. All right, y'all, party people, share this with your fam bam and your loved ones so they can be on the same page. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you mañana. You rock.
Bye.